Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 2. Today we'll continue on with our Let's Play. This is episode 9 and in today's episode we are advancing from the Proving Grounds races into the Amateur Cup. And the first race we are going to be doing in the Amateur Cup is the Inline 4 Showcase. For that we need a 4-cylinder car, and while in our garage there are many 4-cylinder cars in which we have, I think I'm going to go ahead and actually buy a brand new vehicle for this particular race, and the vehicle I am planning on getting is in Japan, so let's head over there, head over to the Honda dealer, and I'm going to pick up this Civic Si Coupe, I think, because I really like the Civic Si Coupe, and this is probably the only place in the game where I could actually get away with using this vehicle, so let's go ahead and buy that for 10,000 credits. In the last race we did win an awful lot of money, so I do actually have quite a bit of money to pump into this vehicle. Now, firstly, I just want to see what sort of... I kind of want to go with like a rear wing on the Civic, because I kind of like having that on there, so I am going to put that on. I don't think it costs that much money, so I should get away with that. I'm also thinking sport tyres, because they are pretty cheap and pretty, well, they'll do the job. Tyre widths, I mean, what's on this stock? 195s. Let us go with upgraded tyre whips. The quickest car in this pack, I believe, is a SRT Neon. So, yeah, I don't think I need to upgrade this car an awful lot to compete with an SRT Neon. But I kind of want to get a good, rounded car to drive. So, we'll also go with the sport suspension. Now, do I want to do weight reduction? Because weight reduction is usually a cheap way to drop PI. We'll go with the sport weight reduction. And that actually gives us a little bit of money for power, and I want to go with the supercharger, so I mean, I'll just go with the £1,000 supercharger, because I don't really need anything ridiculous to beat the Neon. The Neon is C449, I believe, and this is C473 now, so yeah, it should be able to rock the Neon socks. Anyways, we have the Tsuba Circuit, Maple Valley, and Silverstone. Of course, now that we're not in the Proving Grounds, we actually go to some proper race courses, which is better for me personally, because as much as I don't mind the Proving Grounds courses, they can get a little bit tedious after a while. Then again, so can normal circuits, but I mean, the good thing with normal circuit is at least the scenery will change. We won't just have to look at deserted grass over and over again. Anyways, as I suspected, I am quicker than the SRT4. There's also a Celica, a Civic Type R, a Cobalt, an Acura Integra in this field, a Peugeot 206 all the way in the back. So yeah, this shouldn't be... It's time for Dad. It's Dad time again. It is indeed. It's time for Supercharged Civic, which is going to get absolutely mugged off the line by that Neon SRT4. Of course, the Neon is an awful lot quicker than my Civic is. I mean, that thing is pushing 250 horsepower, I believe, in the SRT4, whereas this only has 180. But hopefully my Civic should be lighter and much better through the corners. And as we discovered in the last few episodes, it doesn't really matter too much if I'm at a huge disadvantage, or if I'm at a slight disadvantage with the AI, because I'll still probably win at this rate in the game. As we get on to the sort of the later races, the AI will obviously get a lot harder. It's time for understeer. Well, again, the Civic only has 180 horsepower, so it actually shouldn't be too bad. And of course, I have got that wing on the back, which should give us a decent amount of downforce. Kappa. Anyways, there we go. Because of course, wings don't do anything on front-wheel drive cars for the most part. I mean, I don't know actually. I mean, I guess they could do something if you have lift-off oversteer. I mean, maybe, not really, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I like the EK9 a lot. The only EK9 in this game is the Civic Si Coupes, and I really like the Civic Si Coupe, so I've just decided to go with one of these. I would like to own, I can't really tell what the hell I want to own. I want to own an EK9 Civic of some description at some point. I don't know if I want a Type R, a Coupe, or just like a standard hatchback, I guess. When it comes time to finally getting around to getting an EK9, I will sort of have a look and see what's about, I guess, and just buy the best thing. Rice it. I refuse to rice a Civic Si Coupe. I guess you could say that wing on the back is slightly rice, because it's not really doing anything. But again, I don't know, there's something about the Civic Si Coupe. I don't think it suits having, you know, nothing there. I would rather, as much as it is a little bit ricey, just do it. No. Um, again, I promise you there will be something rice. We'll use an SRT4 at some point. That can be rice enough for you. But anyways, yeah, something about the Civic Si Coupe, it just feels like it needs something on there. There's no real lip spoilers in this game, so I guess this is the most non-incriminating spoiler that was available first. Admittedly, I'm fairly certain the SI Coupe actually has a lip spoiler on it normally, so yeah, a little bit confused on that one, but there we go. That wing is rice. Yeah, I thought so. It kind of reminds me, you know, I do like the Civic Si Coupe though. This car is awesome. Again, this car is sort of the reason I sort of really like Need for Speed Underground as a whole, so yeah, and I do really like the way the Civic Si Coupe looks. It's just, I don't know what it is about these EK9s, they're just so cool cars to look at. I don't know, something about them, I really like them. Anyways, let's go around the final corner here. Of course, this is the Tsuba Short Circuit, not a particularly hard track to master this one. I prefer the full Suzuka layout, full Tsuba layout myself personally. However, this one certainly isn't a bad course by any stretch of the imagination. Anyways, we get 2,876 credits, which does that advance us to a new level? Not just yet. Okay. Dad. It's that time again. Oh, that's a good car. That's a 4-cylinder. Yeah, you like that 4-cylinder, huh? That was regular cars. I can't remember. That was a Civic of some description. They've reviewed a few Civics, so I'm not sure. It'll be like a, I think it was the sedan. I'm not sure. Just take a sip of my coffee there. Okay, here we are at Maple Valley. I believe this is Maple Valley Short, or at least it should be. Of course, Neon once again gets the much better launch off the line. So Maple Valley, oh god, I love this track so much. I really, really like the Maple Valley circuit. I really wish this one would come back to Forza. Unlike most people though who sort of petition for it, I can understand why Maple Valley isn't in the game anymore, but I still really wish it would return because this was a absolutely awesome track. I just remembered the one thing I don't have to worry about in this game is I can't actually physically roll the car, which is nice. Unlike a certain someone the other day when I was racing him, and he ended up managing to roll a Lamborghini at Top Gear. Not saying names. Anyways, so there's another 4-lap race this around the mini circuit of Maple Valley. So again, not a particularly difficult race this one shouldn't be. The good thing with Maple Valley is it's got a lot of corners in it, and as we've seen before, my Civics sort of, the one thing my Civic is really, really good at is going around corners because it's got those uprated tyres, uprated tyre widths. Again, it hasn't got the most power. I will say I really like the way this car drives. It's probably the best driving vehicle I've had. The one thing I will say for this Civic is I would kind of like a differential in it. It's time for the memes. Not quite yet. Everything is calm before the storm at the moment. We'll have to see what happens later on, I'm sure. The memes will come in full swing shortly, but there we go. But yeah, I kind of like the way this Civic drives. It's a cool car, this Civic. I wish, I don't know, I wish the EK9s would be a bit more respected. Of course, I know there's the whole Honda Kid thing, but yeah, I don't know. I think the EK9 is a over-memed generation of Civic, shall we say. You know, when you think of the Honda Civic, this is probably the generation you think of the EK9. And usually if you say Honda Civic to most people, they'll think of it like with a Fast and Furious paint job and neons and all the rest of it. And I just think that's an unfair assessment because the EK9 was actually a good car underneath. It's not like, say, a Peugeot 206, which is a terrible car, which has been adopted by racers and no one cares. With the EK9, it's actually, this genuinely was, I mean, I guess from what I've heard, it was a little bit boring, to say the least. Like, it wasn't the most exciting car in the world, but it certainly wasn't a bad car. And I really wish this thing would get a bit more respect than it does, but unfortunately I don't think that's ever going to happen, so it's not like these are exactly a rare car. They are becoming a lot more pricey. I've been looking at EK9s for the past couple of days on Auto Traders, because again, I want one at some point, so I'm just trying to keep my mind open and seeing what the prices are like and everything. And these things are shooting up in value. The hatchbacks, for like a decent low mile hatchback now, you're talking like 4 grand. I think these are going to become classics shortly. Anyways, we reached level 12, so there's new Nissan Silvias. And we get a 10% discount on clutch upgrades. Okay, cool. I'll take a 10% discount on clutch. I believe the next race heads to Sunset Peninsula? No, it heads to Silverstone. My bad. As we head into Silverstone, I believe this is the Silverstone National Circuit, so once again, pretty short circuit. I believe this is only a 3-lap race this time around though, so MC meme face, meme face I think was supposed to be, I think that's what it was supposed to say. There's a random man in a crane taking a picture of those buildings apparently. Interesting. Okay, so this is the one place where my Civic might actually end up struggling, because of course this is a lot more of a straight line speed circuit, and as we know, the Neon is a much quicker car in a straight line. Luckily, the finish line is actually like in a good place. Like, it's not right at the end of the straight, it's sort of in the middle, which does mean the time that I should be able to make up through the corners, I could actually... Oh, sorry, the time I make up through the corners won't actually all be lost, because hopefully I can get enough of a lead on this guy through this section here to the point where he can't actually keep up, so on the final straight I should be able to cross the finishing line convincingly without his straight line speed being a factor. At least that's what the plan is anyway. We'll see if that goes to man. Here comes the money! Money, money. There we go. That's the first one of today. Ching ching, bling bling with the chatter. Also notice how the guy's driving on the correct side of the road. That's cool. Oh yeah, of course this is a Japanese car. I would assume they used a Japanese model for this. I mean, I assume the Civic Si Coupe was sold as a coupe in America. I don't know if you actually ended up getting the EK9 hatchback. Actually, no, you did, didn't you? You got the EK9 hatchback, EK9 sedan, and I'm not sure about the coupe. I know we got the coupe, and we got a slightly weird looking version of the sedan. I think our version of the sedan was just a sort of a continuation of the EG6, but yeah, I think that's what our sedan was. It looks more like an EG6 than a EK9, I can tell you that much. Anyways, I'm just saying random designations for Civics. You see, that's the thing with the Civics. Like it or not, they do actually have proper like chassis codes, and many people speak about the chassis codes. So I mean, I guess, is that when a car's made it, when people say like, oh, the S13 or the S15, you know, they don't say, you know, the 2000 Nissan Silvia, just like people don't say, you know, oh, the early 2000 Civics. They say the EK9s. So yeah, I mean, I guess that makes the Civic kind of a enthusiast's car. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are currently hating me for saying that about the Civic, but I like this car. I genuinely think it's a good car. Anyways, what's 9 plus 10, an unfunny meme? Yes, you're absolutely correct on that. Well done. Yeah, I don't know. I really like the EK9 Civic. I need you in my life one day. One day, we will have an EK9 Civic. I want my EK9 when I've got my Volvo 850R as well. I want like an... Yeah, I think I've spoken about this before, but yeah. Anyways, apparently I didn't even have to worry about the straight line speed Neon thing, because apparently the Neon's just going to get absolutely creamed, to be perfectly honest with you. I completely destroyed the Neon, which is perfectly fine by me in my Civic, which is cool. So I don't even have to worry about him on the straights or anything, so that's cool. Again, I don't think I'm that much slower than him on the straights. He just gets slightly better acceleration after a while. It's not like he's utterly destroying me or anything. Anyways, another 2,900 credits. We're not going to level anything up this time around, which is fair enough. Emile wants an EK9 so he could race it. Clearly. Anyways, We finished first, we get 3,000 credits as a bonus for finishing the Inline 4 showcase, and we get a nice dollop of rice for finishing this. I mean, look at that front bumper. It's magnificent. Yeah, it's the Vis Civic, Vis Integra, sorry. So there you go. Anyways, and that is the Inline 4 showcase done. In the next episode, I'm going to head on to the Boosted Showdown, so join me for that. Anyways, friends, I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been The Real Emile, and until next time, farewell.